We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Let's go. Let's do this. On the set. 59 mark. Check. 59. Go. Check it back. Go. Twist.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
He's checking crap. Spot. No. Under 10.
They'll run it with Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
In your face. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Jackson from the shotgun. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
30.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now a man who really came on late last year. It's Damian Williams. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calais Campbell in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Watch the run.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Here we go. 180. Check 53. Here we go, G.
On second down, McCaffrey.
It's running.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Christian McCaffrey, 77 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
From the gun, Jackson. And he finds his tight end, Graham.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Bang, 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 bang.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, he's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They're not ready for this. You're playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
On second down, it's Jones. Still churning. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Ronald Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Williams to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 27-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Get ready. Check 3.
This is Jones. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Now it's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Here we go.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
65.
On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
We got this.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 36, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Jones. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
15 yards on the play, first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Jackson to throw again. And that's complete to Sanders. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14.
A gain of 26 yards. That's another Cardinals first down.
65.
First and 10 at the 14.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 51.
They go play action here on first down. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
A gain of 4 brings up second down at the Browns' 17-yard line.
Mike 59. Yo, get down. Trump.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He's going to wind up and air it out. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
Here we go. You're not ready.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Complete to Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked into the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo got his man there, complete to Gallup. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
11.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo on first down. He finds his target, Beckham. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. This is McCaffrey. There to stop him was Carlton Davis. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This a 43-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Here we go. Black 80! I'm here all day.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check 24. Check nickel.
To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Browns drive about to get started. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
64, weak.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. Brian Burns in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Burns, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdown.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to look. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? To throw is Garoppolo. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And some space here. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, come on. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Cut.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Garoppolo now. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. Whoa! It's still one. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
21. Here we go.
There's Garoppolo to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Emmanuel Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo. It's caught. Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Crosby with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Brian Burns in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Check 26, check 26.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go now. 6 yards. Slam.
On second down now, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Three down.